Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the window regulator on a 2002 Nissan Maxima so your car doesn't end up looking like this. So to do this, you're obviously going to need the regulator. If you need that, there's going to be a link down in the description. You might need a pry bar to get started with taking the frame off if this is the first time you've done it. You're going to need a wrench set, and you're gonna need a screwdriver set. The only screwdriver that I think you need is a Phillips. And as far as the sockets here, size 10, you're also gonna need a knife in order to cut some of the adhesive that's behind this door panel. So the first thing you need is a screwdriver like this, Phillips, and a flat end screwdriver in there, and pop that up. There's a Phillips screw behind that. Take that out, and then right there, if you pop that out with a knife, there's another Phillips screw back there, so take that one out as well. So there you have those two screws taken out, and then you should be able to just pick this up and take it out. And if you put all your screws in there, then you'll have a safe holding spot for that. Next, you need a knife or something small and thin that you can use to get behind this panel here. And there's a couple of tabs on the side that you need to get. So if you stick your knife in here, you should be able to just trace the outline while prying up a little bit, and this should come out. It should pop out like that. Put that somewhere safe. And then you're gonna need to take off any stakes or anything that you have like this. You can leave the window like that, but take out anything that might be putting pressure on the panel here. After you have done that, taken out those, if you have anything like that, then you can use a pry bar and start prying the panel away. Mine's pretty loose, but yours is going to be kind of tough to get out. And once you've popped it out all the way on both sides, you'll be able to just lift it like that. And now back here, there's a few cables that you need to unplug. So back here you have the light, and then you have the switch for the trunk, and then you have the harness that controls everything right here. If this is the first time you've taken this apart, there's also going to be a foam pad right here, so you want to get that taken out. It kind of inserts right there. This one has one of those switches on the side that you have to press with the screwdriver. Once you've taken those two out, it's easier if you just get the door, flip it like this. That way you have easier access to the switches right here. So you're gonna take out the two bolts on the side of the handle here. These are 10mm bolts. Next, you're gonna need your knife, and you're gonna start pulling on this and cutting this adhesive up as close to the middle as possible. You want to just make sure you leave some of it on the plastic here and some of it on the door. That way it'll stick back when you put this back together. I've already done this before, so I can just rip mine down like this. But you should take a lot more time in actually cutting as close to the middle as possible. That way you can put it back on after you're done. Next, you're gonna take out these 3 bolts and this one up here as well. You're basically trying to clear out as much space right here as you can so you can stick your hands in and get things replaced. There's also another screw right there which you need to take out, and then after that you can lift this up and out. So you'll have these 2 pieces here. Now you can actually get your hands in here and start working. Next, you need to take the window out, and the way to do that is to use these holes right here. So if the window is all the way down, you're gonna have a way easier time than if the window is up like this, because the screws that are holding the window are right there, and they need to come down this rail, and they'll end up right here. You can easily take out both of them right there. Because the window is up, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the tape and then plug this back in, just the controls, the window controls, and then try and lower the window down. Actually, you can just pop this out of the frame. There's just a tab right there which you need to push down, and it looks like another tab right there, so that can come out of the frame there. Now we can plug this in and try to get the window down. This is what happened after I untaped the window. It just kind of fell down a little bit, and there you can see that screw. Since it didn't fall down all the way, we're gonna take out the following screws. So these two right here, these two up here, which hold this bar, so that way we can get this bar down and out a little bit so we can take out the window. And these are all 10mm bolts. So after taking out these two and these two 10mm bolts, I was able to move the bar up to this side or over to this side. Now you can see both of those clearly. So take these two out. Make sure you hold up the glass while you're doing it so it doesn't fall after you've taken those out, and then get it up and out so we can work in there. So there you can see the two screws taken out, and now I can push the glass up. After you've taken the glass out, you can go back and get those 3 bolts right there taken out. Also, before you take that out, you actually need to unplug this right here. After you have done that, you can lift this up. There's these little hooks holding it. After you've disconnected that harness, you should be able to easily take this out. So remember, everything is connected, so you need to make sure everything comes out as one. And it looks like here the wire got tangled or something. Yeah, it got tangled right there. So here you can see the difference. This one, it looks like the wire got snagged right there when it was either going up or down, which made the motor over here burn out. Here's what it should look like, and this is what it looks like. So we'll go ahead and put this one in the same way as the other one. Make sure you put this in first, and then this bar goes in following it. And remember, when you go in, make sure the wires are facing you, and these hooks are facing you as well, because they hook on up there. Once you have that in, you should have this cable coming through here. You can plug it into that harness and put the 3 bolts back in place. Next, you want to get this bar here and put the bolts. So the 2 bolts right there and the 2 bolts up here. And once you have those bolts in place, go ahead and turn the car on. Make sure your harness there is plugged into that plug right there, so that your harness from the motor is plugged into the power. Turn on the car and put the window all the way down until you can see the 2 holes line up right there. They should already be lined up, actually. It looks like, yeah, they are lined up. If it's not lined up, then go ahead and turn on the car and press down here until the holes are lined up right there. Next, you need to put the window in and line it up with the holes down there at the bottom. Once you have the window here, you should be able to lift it slightly like so, and line it up with those 2 holes, and then just put the 2 bolts back in place. So when you're putting down the glass, make sure that you slide the window in between the seal right there. Otherwise, you're gonna have a really hard time getting the window in there. If you're putting it down and tilting it, then you can just slide it in there, and it'll be a lot easier. So there's 1 bolt, and there's the other one lined up, and then we can roll the window up. Now you should be able to roll up the window. So this is what happens if you don't line up the seals. It just goes up a little bit and it gets stuck. So what's going on here is the window is not in that seal there. So I need to take off these bolts here and adjust it, make sure it goes in there. And this is what should happen if you did everything correctly. Now we can turn the car off. And then we need to unplug this harness here so we can put everything back in place. So we'll start off with this part here. This goes right here, and it hangs on right there by that, and then it hangs on this side by that, and there's the 2 bolts that go right there. And then you can put this right here, actually with the arrows pointing towards the back, and the 2 screws go right there, right there. After you have put that in, go ahead and route the harnesses through this, through the holes here. Go ahead and stick this back in place. So this is hopefully where you used a knife and separated this, and so that you could stick it back to itself once you were done. And this is a water seal, so if any water ever gets in here, then it doesn't short things out. Once you've put that back in, then you can put the handle back right here. And once you've put the handle back, you can go ahead and plug the harnesses back in place here on the panel, and then slide the panel from the top towards the bottom. Make sure you reinsert the window and lock controls back into the panel before you plug the harness back in. So there we go, those are plugged back in. And now just hold the panel up here and slide it in from the top. So it should just slide in place. And then you can put the Phillips screw right there and the other Phillips screw right here, which should be in this. So put that back in there, put the screw in there, put that screw in there. After you've put the screws back in, put the caps back on, and then if you go hitting it around the side here, you might be able to put the door back on those little pins that hold it in place. Most of mine are broken, so my door kind of jiggles a little bit, but that's fine. And then to finish it off, go ahead and get this panel here. So you might need a knife to push some of this stuff out of the way. There you go, everything is done. Go ahead and turn the car on and shut the door. Make sure the window goes up and down. And there you go, there you have it. So that is how you replace a window regulator on a 2002 Nissan Maxima. If you found this helpful or informative, please remember to like, comment, favorite, or share this video. Also consider subscribing and checking out some of these sponsors down in the video's description. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.